Here's a few interesting facts about the famous Billy the Kid. Little is known about Billy the Kid's early days, but he was most likely born Henry McCarty in the Irish slums of New York City, sometime in late 1859. Raised by a single mother, he moved to Wichita, Kansas as a boy, before later migrating west to New Mexico in the early 1870s. Henry quickly adapted to life in the rugged territory and became fluent in Spanish, but his sickly mother died of tuberculosis 4 years later, leaving him an orphan at the age of 14. Left in the care of an absentee stepfather, the future gunslinger spent the next year living in foster homes and boarding houses. Before long, he fell in with a rough crowd and turned to petty crime and thievery. In late 1880, Lincoln County Sheriff Pat Garrett tracked the kid to a cabin in Stinking Springs, New Mexico, and forced his surrender. The outlaw was found guilty of the murder of Sheriff William Brady from the Lincoln County War and confined to the Lincoln Courthouse. He was scheduled for a date with the hangman, but on the evening of April 28, 1881, he engineered the most daring getaway of his criminal career. During a trip to the outhouse, the kid slipped out of his handcuffs, ambushed a guard, and shot the man to death with his own pistol. He then armed himself with a double-barreled shotgun and gunned down a second guard who was crossing the street. Once in control of the courthouse, the kid collected a small arsenal of weapons, cut his leg shackles with a pickaxe, and fled town on a stolen horse. News of the brazen escape was soon reprinted in newspapers across the country, making the kid the most wanted man in the West. After his escape from death row, the kid spent several months hiding out on the frontier and taking refuge with sympathetic locals in Fort Sumner, New Mexico. He neglected to keep a low profile, and it wasn't long before Sheriff Pat Garrett and 2 deputies rode into town. On the night of July 14, 1881, Garrett went to the home of rancher Peter Maxwell to question him about the outlaw's whereabouts. No sooner had he woken Maxwell than the kid approached the house, having stopped nearby to get beef for a late dinner. When he noticed the silhouette of one of Garrett's deputies on the porch, the kid drew his pistol and backed toward the door, shouting, "Who's that?" in Spanish. As he entered Maxwell's darkened bedroom, he spotted the shadowy outline of Garrett, and once again asked, "Who's that?" Upon recognizing the kid's voice, Sheriff Garrett drew his 6-shooter and fired off 2 rounds in his direction. One bullet struck the 21-year-old near his heart, killing him instantly. Pat Garrett became an Old West legend for killing Billy the Kid. Yet, as the years passed, rumors circulated that the sheriff had either shot the wrong man or helped fake the outlaw's death. In the late 1940s, an elderly Texas man known as Brushy Bill Roberts even claimed to be Billy the Kid, but his story was largely discredited after family records revealed his birth date to be 1879. Other investigators have since theorized that the kid lived to be an old man under the alias John Miller. Miller's alleged remains were exhumed in 2005, but a plan to compare his DNA to the kid's never materialized. Despite the controversy, historical records show that the kid's body was positively identified by several different people the day after his shooting, leading most historians to conclude that Sheriff Garrett got the right man. The kid was a celebrity in his own time, but his legend only grew after his death, thanks to dime novels, television shows, and Hollywood films. Beginning with the 1911 silent film Billy the Kid, the gun-toting Outlaws story has appeared on the big screen more than 50 times. Some of the most famous actors to play Billy the Kid include Roy Rogers, Paul Newman, Val Kilmer, and Emilio Estevez. Thanks for watching today. Please feel free to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. And if you want, please share this to your Facebook or Reddit page. Did any of these facts surprise you or change your opinion about this famous outlaw? Let me know in the comments. Thanks. Have a great day.